Find the percent of change to the nearest percent. What you're doing is you're finding out what percent of change happens when you go from 117, which is an old value, to 91, which is a brand new value. Now, the equation that we're going to use here is we're going to take the new value that we have, okay, subtract away the old value, and then once we do that, we're going to take that number and divide it from the old value. We'll get a decimal, and when we do, we'll deal with that when we deal with that. The new value was 91, and we're going to subtract away the old value, which is 117. Divide all of that then by that old value, which is 117. Okay, so the first thing that we're going to want to do is 91 divided by 117. And 91 minus 117 is negative 26. Now, this is probably where you're going to need a calculator, unless you're really, really, really good. You run to your calculator and find out what negative 26 divided by 117 is. And you end up with negative 0.2222 repeating blah, 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 blah. Now, this is a decimal. This is not a percent. So what you're going to do in order to turn this decimal into a percent is you multiply it by 100. The trick that you could use instead is move the decimal to the right twice. So what we have is negative 22.22%. Are we going to circle that and call it a day? No, because they want us to round it to the nearest percent. So negative 22.22 is closest to negative 22%. And that's what we're going to call it. Now, if you're wondering, like, what's that negative mean? That means our number went from a large number to a smaller number. So we're decreasing in value, which means it's a negative percent of change. So there you have it, donezo.